My boss was so angry with me, he threw an ashtray at my head. There are so many stories in Japan about bosses scolding employees for making mistakes, and tough love everywhere as the main motivational leadership tool. This is so out of date, but still so popular today. Find out more in today's show. Welcome back to year 6 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Japan Tokyo franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. Zaegyo is the translation of Japan Sales Mastery. My latest book is Stop Wasting Money on Training, and the Japanese translation is Training de okane o muni suru no wa yamimashou. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Now, this is episode number 300. Well, thank you, 300. Appreciate you following the show for so long. And today we're talking about tough love won't cut it anymore. So let's get going. In the previous episode, I mentioned a SPA magazine survey of 1,140 male full-time employees in their 40s about what they hated about their jobs. The top 4 complaints were salaries have not risen because of decades of deflation, a sense of being underappreciated and undervalued, and a lost sense of purpose. The Lehman Shock in 2008 opened the door to job losses in larger companies, something which only had been possible in smaller firms in the past. The 2011 earthquake, tsunami, and triple nuclear plant meltdown drove many businesses under. The COVID pandemic finished off renowned restaurants and hotels and threw people out on the street to seek work, despite their years of loyalty. The sense of lifetime employment as a given has been removed, and a brand new world of work has emerged. Feeling underappreciated is a construct of leadership. The Japanese system of hierarchy in companies has followed the lessons proffered during the military service experienced by those who participated in World War II. Brutalization by superiors was widespread, and everyone was expendable. Post-war leaders in the West were also the graduates of the battlefield leadership system as well. Things changed in the late 60s, however, and modern economies moved away from the old military models of leadership to seek best practice based on research. Japan has not even started on that path yet. The post-war years were a frenetic effort to rebuild a devastated economy and to catch up with the rest of the world. When I first came into contact with Japanese business people, I remember their joy as Japan knocked off one Western economy after another to climb in the rankings to number 2 GDP in the world. The bubble economy saw Japan go completely crazy and lose all sense of proportion as the 1985 Plaza Accord Agreement sent the yen into the stratosphere of supreme value, and everything, anywhere, everywhere was a bargain. I was back in Australia during that time and wondered why these lovely Japanese people I'd met pre-bubble were now replaced by these rude, arrogant, overbearing types. During all of this transition, there was no driver to change the management systems in companies away from the wartime model because things had worked out pretty well. It wasn't broken, so no fixing required. And anyway, nobody likes change because of all the risk attached to it. So steady as she goes. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. Here we are, decades later, and life has certainly changed, but the leadership mentality has not caught up yet. Bosses were schooled in the tough love academy of leadership. Communication, coaching, feedback, encouragement, all the key soft skills were never in that curriculum. You probably can't beat Japan when it comes to hard skill education. Their perfectionism combined with a relentless curiosity for small, incremental Kaizen style improvements is a wonder to behold. Soft skills were not so much of interest to the captains of industry here in Japan. Japan is always bottom of the charts whenever firms do engagement surveys. Japan is the global leader in the bottom rung of microscopic scores for percentages of highly engaged staff. Yes, there are cultural issues with these surveys, given Japanese humility, conservatism, and circumspection. But just ask any Japanese firm if they think the low scores are fiction, and everyone agrees that directionally they are correct. So we need some solid work here in Japan to catch up and join the rest of the advanced world of work. The HR function in Japan, apart from its policeman role in having the rules followed, is there to move you around the organization so that you can become a jack of all trades and a master of none. On-the-job training, OJT, is still the main methodology of leadership training and instruction. Just passing on what each boss experienced to the next generation without any structure, excellence, best practice, capture, design, doesn't sound too smart, does it? Yet that is exactly the problem. Not enough thinking has gone into what Japan needs from its leaders going forward. Soft skills and hard skills are both called for, but you need a mindset change to appreciate that they are both important. That SPA survey showed that the areas of greatest demand were for soft skills solutions. Have a good look around your own organization, your own operation, and see just how much time your leadership group are spending on encouraging, coaching, recognizing, and praising. My guess would be not a lot, because they simply don't think these areas of attention are so important. What a lost opportunity. It is time to turn that around and get this country going. The pivot point is with the leaders. If we educate them to become professionals, then we set up a new generation of workers who expect their bosses to be supportive and make sure they feel valued. That feeling of being valued is the springboard to becoming highly engaged. That is a major mindset shift needed in Japan. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday we're releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor. In episode number 301, we are talking about your face is more powerful than any screen. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. I've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.